Thanks for selling your car to Carvana. Here's your check.
Whoa, when did I get here?
What do you mean?
I swear it was just moments ago that I accepted a great offer from Carvana online. I must have time traveled to the future.
It was just moments ago. We do same-day pickup. Here's your check for that great offer.
It is the future.
It's the present and just the convenience of Carvana. Sorry to blow your mind.
It's all good. Happens all the time.
Sell your car the convenient way to
Carvana.
Pickup times may vary and fees may apply.
So good, so good, so good.
New fall arrivals are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. Get ready to save big with up to 60% off Vince, Kurt Geiger London, and more.
How did I not know Rack has Adidas?
Because there's always something new.
Join the Nordy Club at Nordstrom Rack to unlock exclusive discounts on your favorite brands. Shop new arrivals first and more. Plus, get an extra 5% off every Rack purchase with a Nordstrom credit card. Great brands, great prices. That's why you Rack.
This is Optimal Living Daily, the only two things you need to focus on what matters, Part 2, by Michael Mehlberg of michaelmehlberg.com. And I'm Justin Malik. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time if you're new here. This is where I read to you like a big ongoing audiobook from many different authors, but today being a continuation from yesterday, so I'd recommend listening to yesterday's episode first. If you're all caught up, let's get right to Part 2 and continue optimizing your life. The only two things you need to focus on what matters, Part 2, by Michael Mehlberg of michaelmehlberg.com. Like the baby turtles, you only need two things to focus on what matters. Number 1, moonlight on the water. Call it a goal, call it a purpose, call it whatever you want. You have to know where you're going if you want to get somewhere important. And the better defined this somewhere is, the more likely you'll find it. At the beginning of every year, and right now if you haven't done it yet, write out what your ideal life would look like. Write down your perfect day, week, month, and year. Put a real thought into what would make you celebrate a successful, meaningful life of achievement. Here was mine previously. I wrote and published a book. It's selling great with rave reviews and driving people to my business where I write every day and sell to my email list. I find it on bookshelves in bookstores and convenience stores, which is awesome. I'm making $20,000 to $50,000 per month on affiliate links and book sales and speaking engagements and coaching. I've even got a second book in the works, which will be ready to publish in 2020. Twice a month, we go to church. 4 times a year, we go on week-long vacations. Many Fridays I take off, or take off when the kids are out of school to go skiing or visit New York or some other fun. I have great starts to every morning, journaling, sometimes meditating, eating and thinking and planning, and getting ready for my day via candlelight alone. I work out when I want, listen to audiobooks while exercising, and read real books over lunch. At the end of the year, I'm feeling accomplished because I've focused on a simple, clear, working strategy to get subscribers, of which I now have 10,000 and which is growing rapidly. My business works, and I know how to work it, and I know how to make money and sustain. I've invested in stocks, have plenty of cash assets, and have all of these assets managed by my financial advisor. Other people wonder what I do. The people who know what I do are always asking what I'm going to write next. They're intrigued. They want to know more. They want to read what I write. I spent the year confident, standing up for what's right, making an impact on those around me. I'm listened to, respected, and inspiring. I'm full of life and energy. 5-year vision? 3 books published, $3 million in net worth, $50,000 monthly income, self-employed, healthy and respectful family, strong as an ox, full of life, wise, and a trained leader. Ask yourself, what would cause you to celebrate at the end of this week or month or year, project, whatever? What would cause you to crack open a big expensive bottle of wine, say a toast to all the important people in your life, and drink to success? Your answer to this question is your direction, your moonlight on the water. When chaos strikes, you can look to this light. When confusion sets in, you can look to this light. When exhaustion strikes and burnout sets in, look to this light. And number 2, avoid the shiny lights. The flashlights on the beach were distractions to the baby turtles, and so were the beach lights. Neither of these helped the turtles get to where they were going. They could follow these lights all night long and never find their destination. So too must you avoid the shiny distractions vying for your attention. Each one is an obstacle in your way. How many times have you missed an opportunity because you were distracted by something else, or a deadline or a meeting? Even one instance is too many, but it doesn't have to happen again. For your next major project or big goal, ask yourself what could get in the way of your success. What distractions could take you away from your work? What problems could arise that might prevent you from achieving all that you want to achieve? Each of these distractions is a risk that needs to be acknowledged and addressed before it becomes a problem. Develop a plan for how you'll prevent that risk from becoming a reality now. If nothing can be done in advance, develop a plan for how you'll deal with that risk should it occur in the future. With a plan in place, problems prevented, and distractions alleviated, you'll have carved a straight and narrow path to your goals. Remember the baby turtles. We walked back to our beach house 2 hours after the live hatch began. Though it was far past our normal bedtime, we were thrilled by this miracle we'd been a part of. For the rest of the week, we told anyone who would listen to our experience. Complete strangers would nod in polite appreciation of this once-in-a-lifetime event. But they didn't get it. They didn't understand these little creatures, how simple their task was, but how difficult it was to execute in the face of uncertainty and distraction. And they didn't understand how closely it related to the very challenges they likely faced, challenges we all face. But I did, and you do now. Our lives are infinitely more complex than these turtles. We have to navigate family pressures, politics, social influences, and job demands. These turtles just had to make it to the ocean. Even so, we can use the simplicity of their life to navigate the complexity of ours by remembering their struggle and the two things they needed to avoid it. Find your moonlight and avoid distractions. In other words, focus on the things that matter to you most and don't let anything get in your way. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled, "The Only Two Things You Need to Focus on What Matters" by Michael Mehlberg of michaelmehlberg.com. And I'll be right back with my commentary. Thank you to Instacart. I'm always looking for ways to streamline my life, and after the relaxed pace of summer, settling back into a routine can be overwhelming, especially with meal prep. This is where the convenience and quality of Instacart are a total game changer. With just a few taps, I can get everything for my weekly meals with delivery via Instacart in as fast as 30 minutes. The service has always been reliable for me, and I trust the experienced shoppers to pick fresh, high-quality ingredients just as I would. It's a seamless way Instacart helps to deliver my essentials, freeing me up to focus on my wellness instead of spending time on errands. Instacart brings convenience, quality, and ease right to your door so you can focus on what matters most. Download the Instacart app and use code OPTIMAL20 to get $20 off your first order of $80 or more. That's code OPTIMAL20 to get $20 off your first order of $80 or more. Offer valid for a limited time. Excludes restaurants. Additional terms apply. Huge savings on Dell AI PCs are here, and it's a big deal. Why? Because Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are newly designed to help you do more, faster. It's pretty amazing what they can do in a day's work. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations. They can even extend your battery life so you never have to worry about forgetting your charger. It's like having a personal assistant built right into your PC to cover the menial tasks so you can focus on what matters. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. With deals on Dell AI PCs like the Dell 16 Plus starting at $749.99, it's the perfect time to refresh your tech and take back your time. Upgrade your AI PC today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals. Thank you again to Michael. The two answers are probably obvious in hindsight, but I think skipped over pretty often, especially the first one. Sit down and write out in detail what a successful outcome would look like. I think this has been proven with studies. I know my brother likes to talk about it a lot over on the podcast Optimal Health Daily. When you take the time to get really specific and write down your goals, you're making it real for your brain. So the idea, I want to be healthier, it might be nice, but it's too easy to get distracted from that. It's not specific enough. Something more like, I want to have the energy to hike every weekend, that could work. And for me, I do feel like when I've written it down, I've been much more likely to make those goals happen. Getting ahead on this podcast being one of them. It's like we're more likely to remember and have that light pop into our heads when we're really taking the time to write it down and digest it. So maybe we can both take some time today to write down our moonlights. Could be the thing that we need to get closer to our goals. Let me know how it goes. Thank you again to Michael for this one, and thank you for being here every day. And an extra thank you if you've ever shared this podcast with someone else. That's a huge help to keep this going. Have a great day, and I'll be back tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.